just a quick teaching that's really I think is gonna really help you out. Some things I want to talk on, okay? It's gonna take a second, but if you could, let me know how the audio is on here. Let me know how everything is before I get started. I see everything's getting up and running, but let me know how the audio is. Let me see. Okay, then I'll go this way. Okay. So yeah, let me know how the audio quality is. Video, I'm not too concerned with, just as long as it's not skipping real bad. And I'm gonna go in here in a second. As soon as I turn around, I'm gonna get in here and make sure everything's good. Hopefully, whoa, my goodness. I'm gonna make sure everything's good here, and then we'll get started with this lesson. Okay? And it's gonna be good. We're gonna bring out, and what I'm doing with this lesson here, I'm actually building. I watched Pastor Dow's message earlier today. It was a real good message. He really made some great points. And I'm just building off one of the points he made in that message he did earlier today. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and check to see. There we go. I'm going to check to see if this thing is. Y'all just bear with me. I'm going to see what y'all saying in the comments. Make sure my video feed is up and going good. And we're going to get after it. All right. Saying in the comments, make sure my video feed is up and going good. All right. So, Shalom. He said it's a 10. So, good. That's awesome. All right. So, as you tell, the title of this video is basically trustworthiness. Being trustworthy. Worthy or deserving of trust. A simple thing. And this kind of builds off something that I think I'm going to do. If I see the need, if I see fit, I'll do a whole series on it. But I'll be doing a lesson. It might go longer. It might end up being maybe a 2-part, 3-part series, but more than likely I could probably cover it in one lesson on going from dysfunction to being functional. Okay, and at the end of the day, when you're looking at Torah, if you look at what Michael Israel has been doing, the goal I'm working towards is being functional. Okay? And coming out of all the dysfunction that, whether people want to admit it or not, plagues us as a people. It plagues Israel. And when I say Israel, the so-called Hebrew Israelite awakening, if you don't have to look far to see that at the end of the day, the majority of the so-called Hebrew Israelite community out there, what they have going on, they really don't have anything going on as far as, they're not doing anything. For the most part, they're just going through the motions, okay? And there's the reason why is because they're very much still walking in the curses. There's a lot of stubbornness. There's a lot of disobedience to what Yah's word says. Okay? And when you're operating that way, you're really not going to have a whole bunch to show for it. Why? Because you're divided. And he told us to come together and be a nation. But you can't function as a nation if you're dysfunctional, you know. Functioning as a nation requires function. And I know what I'm saying might sound rhetorical, might sound like I'm speaking in circles, but y'all bear with me because I'm just preparing y'all, and then we're going to go straight into it. And all these messages are intended to do is to open your eyes up and see, you know, because it can be deceiving, but the intent of these messages is for people to open their eyes up and see why nothing's happening, why there's no growth, to see that there is no growth, there is no action happening, and to actually explain to people what they're supposed to be doing, as if they call themselves Bible believers and Bible followers and Hebrews, and you know, everybody throws that word around so loosely. Ak. Love ya, Ak. Man, I had so many people call me Ak and say they love me and all this stuff. And shoot, one little minute offense. The offense, you might not even know exactly what hurt their damn feelings, and poof, they're gone. You see what I'm saying? So it all ties back to, you know, being trustworthy and trustworthiness, and how to evaluate whether somebody is trustworthy, okay? And that's the big thing to, you know, that is probably the biggest, most important thing. How do you know if somebody's trustworthy or worthy to be trusted, worthy to count on, somebody you can rely on and count on? Well, the book tells you will know them by their fruits. And the way you're going to know what good fruit is versus bad fruit is if they line up with the laws, statutes, and commandments laid out in this book. Okay? So if their behavior and how they operate and what they do and how they talk and then if they say they're going to do something and they line up with it, if they claim to follow the book but then their actions don't line up with the book, they're not trustworthy. You know, it's real simple. And then there's everything else. There's all the emotion and the arguing and the debating and the explanations and the, well, this, that, and the other. Well, you did this, blah, blah. At the end of the day, come down to footwork. I've been saying this for a long time. At the end of the day, it comes down to the footwork. Does their behavior line up with book? Does you see what I'm saying? And that is what is going to give you. Now, like I said, I'm going to just acting up. It's skipping it. Okay. So yeah, if I see it skipping, don't worry about it. I'm going to just wait till it stops skipping. But, yeah, what I'm trying to do, y'all, is boil this thing all the way down to the absolute, no excuses made, bare essentials, okay? Because, I'll say it again, I've been all over this so-called Hebrew awakening, Hebrew community, and basically it's just turned into a theology. At best, it's like a theology history seminar. It's like a philosophy / history class that's all over social media. That's what it's kind of turned into, because for the most part, you just see people regurgitating the same old stuff having the same old debates, saying we need the same old stuff, just talk, no action. And it's like, if you've been in this Hebrew Israelite thing for more than, 6, 7, 8 months, a year, you've seen the same pattern. No action. It's just Christianity with a bigger history lesson. Okay? And like I said, but as far as a moral character change in the people, you don't see it. You see the same wicked ass behaviors you see out in the world. People you can't trust. People saying they're going to do something, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that going around. And it's direct. It's exactly why nobody can, as they say, come together. Because at the end of the day, nobody want to be told anything. Nobody want to be accountable to themselves, to the word of Yah. At the end of the day, I'm going to just boil it down to one sentence. They want so-called freedom. They want freedom. That's what it all comes down to. They want freedom to do what they want, not what thus saith Yah. You get a lot of these people, man, they be like, oh no, Yahuwah over me, ain't no man over me. Okay, that's cool. So you should really be walking, like I should be able to book every single action and behavior you do. They say, Yahuwah over me, ain't no man over me, this, that, and the other. Okay. So your actions should be airtight. But you don't see it, man. You see people that can't keep their word. You see people doing stuff that is it's so easy to see how wicked what they're doing is. It's like simply wicked. That's how wicked it is. Hold on one sec, y'all. Okay, there. So yeah, you see people making moves that are simply wicked. What do I mean when I say simply wicked? It's so easy to see how that their actions and behaviors clearly go against book. They'll make an excuse, to justify it. So, and it's widespread. But that is exactly like if you're moving and operating like that, there's no way you could actually come together and do anything, and it like everything, you'll never see anything come out of those types of behaviors. Period. You won't even see two people be able to get along. Now, let's see what you got here. Just had a convo with an ex-brother last night. Just like you saying. Yeah. A bunch of tap dancing because they're serving feeling and emotion. Okay, this is why people will just throw something totally away, because their God is their feelings and emotions. They're not serving Yah. Man, most of these people who profess to be Hebrews are serving feeling and emotion. Evident by as soon as they feeling or emotion gets hurt, they don't give a damn how destructive their behavior is, or whatever. They are going to fulfill the law of their feeling and emotion. They don't care what type of destruction or dysfunction it brings. They are going to do what that feeling or emotion says. This is why black people don't got nothing. It ain't because of the white man killing their ass, putting his knee on their neck and killing them. That ain't why we ain't got nothing. It's because we serve the God of our feeling and emotion, and we don't give a damn about our brothers and sisters. Now, hey, what up, bro? What up? What up, Aki? I love you. I love you, Aki. Baruch Hashem Yahuwah, and all this Hebrew talk and all this stuff. Y'all, I'm telling you real talk. As soon as something go against their feeling or emotion, you are no longer Aki or Ak or all praises to Yahuwah. All that go out the window when our people's feelings get hurt. Then they serving that God. Then you know who their true Yah is. Then you know who their God is. It's their damn feelings, man. Nothing. Brother D said, who that brother? That's Brother Dex. Brother Dex said, nothing but excuses. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. So I'm outlining the issue. That's all I'm doing. This ain't gonna be a negative video. I just presented what the issue is. I just presented why in the Hebrew community everybody talk about coming together, this, that, and the other, but you see nothing. You don't see anybody doing anything meaningful outside of some conferences that they're overcharging you for to bring out new information, so-called, or whatever. Hey, you want to come here and hear this information. You see what I'm saying? Do I have the... I'm saying, and y'all can attest, I have the right to speak on this because I've been to all the Hebrew conferences. I've been all throughout the Hebrew community. I've done this thing. So I have the authority to speak on this. Why? Because of the footwork. And y'all have bared witness. Hundreds of people, maybe more, have bared witness to the fact that I've been all over the Hebrew community. I've seen what's out there. And it ain't nothing. There's no fruit being bared. There's no economic benefit to it. There's no spiritual benefit to history lessons and philosophy. We know. The one thing we do know is why Yah punished us. And what that punishment was. And why that punishment was so. We know this. How many times we going to go over that? But what do we need to do? What do we need to do? Do we need to just keep learning about the belt that he's whipping us with? Or do we need to keep learning why we're getting whipped when it's pretty straightforward and we see it on us? Is that what we need to do? Or do we need to change our behavior? That's right. Somebody said love is an action word. You see what I'm saying? Or do we need to change our behavior? You see? So, what's that behavior that needs to change? How do we go from dysfunction to function? Well, Christ said, when they tried to trick him up, he said, upon these two commandments hang all the law and the prophet. So basically it's saying the whole book is basically pointing you to these two actions. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your brother as you love yourself. But I would move to tell you, y'all, a lot of these people out here profess to be Hebrews, this, that, and the other. They don't love themselves. They could care less. They do whatever pops up in their head and feels good, and they don't do what the books say, which has their best interests in mind. So that's why you would get people who don't want to change. That's why you get people who stay in their comfort zone, in their God's comfort zone. Who's their God? Their feelings and emotions. If it's gonna challenge them to be loyal to their brother, even though it's gonna inconvenience them, but they're gonna be loyal to their brother. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna prioritize their brother. You know, they're gonna, like the book says, They're going to function as a nation. So when they have an opportunity to serve mammon, they're going to choose Yah and love their brothers. They love their son. They're going to prioritize their brother over being esteemed in the mammonistic beast system. What does that mean? Dude, they're going to put their brothers and sisters over everyone else, over everything else, you know? Hey, my job wants me to work on the Sabbath. Okay, let me quit that job and get a new one then. You see what I'm saying? Or like Dex said, folks be making excuses. Do they understand the importance of brotherhood, especially in the times we're in now, where it's pretty obvious now, but you still see the greater part of the Hebrew community misfiring. They still talking the same junk. They still having debates over, like, y'all seen the dude who came on my video, and what was he saying? Hey, man, I thought you would have called him Yahuwah Shem Yahweh instead. Why you still use Jesus and God? Man, I would have thought you'd have grown out of that. I was like, dude, we done cast spirits of division and spirits of depression off of people and spirits of arrested development and stuff like that off of brothers and sisters saying Jesus, while you over there hindering the work, causing distraction. And not only we got those spirits and many others off of people, but we've come together in a selfless way and began to do things down here in Straitway, Florida, saying Jesus. While you could get people, man, you got these people out here, man, they'll go through you'll think they're a college professor with research and all this stuff. They breaking down the name and all this other pointless stuff, these lessons they do. But yet, I watch these people lie to each other, not be men of their word. You can't trust them. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them. And they probably weigh 280 pounds or something. Who knows how much. You understand what I'm saying? You can't trust them as far as you can throw them. And you can't throw them. I can't throw anybody. I can't throw a person. And you can't trust these people. Like, their word is useless. And this is why you can't do anything with it. Business-wise, nothing. But mind you, I found a group of brothers down here and leadership and a community and just a ministry with brothers that I can take. When they tell me they're going to do something, there's a better chance that the sun doesn't rise tomorrow than them not doing what they say they're going to do. These brothers are serious. They're about that word of Yah. They're about that action. I found leadership that done seen every bootlicking excuse under the sun and prepared me for them. Okay? And prepared me for it. Okay? And mind you, people get mad when I show honor to leadership that's worthy of double honors. The greater Hebrew community, oh, why you worship that man? Why you under a man? Oh, I don't need to do this to do that and blah, blah, blah under some man and this, that. And at the end of the day, what you're seeing when you hear people say all that stuff, when you hear these people talk about, oh, why are you following after what some man do, this, that, blah, 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 why are you worshiping a man, this, that. When you hear that, what you're really seeing is that spirit that's on our people that Yah warned you about, that stubborn, stiff-necked, rebellious, I'm going to do what I want spirit. They can't function outside of dysfunction. They got to do what they want, what their feelings want. They got to do that. And there's no way you can operate and do anything worth a damn functioning dysfunctionally. I'm telling you. If you think I'm playing, go look at the so-called Hebrew community out there that claims to be about, whatever. They ain't doing a damn thing. Michael, what you talking about? What you doing, Michael? Michael Israel, what y'all doing down there? What we're doing, I love my brothers down here. Okay? When my brothers say they're going to do something, they do it. In doing that, we've been able to come together economically down here. We're beginning to come together economically. I can tell we've been able to establish a hierarchy down here, modeled according to Straitway. Just like they do it, we do it. Because what? We Straitway. And we're doing it the straight way. So look. So we got leadership here. Okay? We've established hierarchy so that, hey, I don't need to tell 20 people. If I want to make something happen, I don't need to tell 20 people. I tell one person and it's disseminated. And because the people are about that action, the action happens. You see what I'm saying? And in a very short time, I'm not going to speak on, like I said, I keep telling y'all, it looks like in a very short period of time, there's going to be major things happening. And I'm not going to put it out there and speak on it before it comes to fruition, but just to say, we're working on a business. We got a business going that's going to, if Most High willing, be able to employ a bunch of us, in a fruitful way, but even if it doesn't, all the brothers are working hard to bring forth strong economics so we can do bigger things and we can come out of this culture. Oh, y'all gonna go, what do they call it? What are these bootlicking ass Hebrew clown shoes call themselves mores? What do they be saying? Oh, y'all gonna get on a compound. You better not get on that compound because, Master Charlie said don't get on a compound. No. Dude, what we're gonna do is, first of all, we're gonna get away from this crazy ass society. And instead of getting their poison food, their poison meat that they kill these animals in the most sinful way, okay? They kill these animals in the most sinful way and the way they raise these animals is the most demonically satanic way. And the way they kill the animals in the most demonic, satanic way. So by the time you get it on your plate, your ass better be praying when you eat it because, you're eating poison. It's a miracle we live each day because we're consuming poison. But that's because we're praying. You got to be prayed up over that food. So mind you, we're looking to, hey, let's get on some land so we can, let's get on land with non-bootlicking Hebrews who actually are not lazy and will actually work. And not just sit there and run a whole ministry and not even work. But let's get on some land with some brothers who actually understand what working is. And let's get on that land and make the land produce for us as Yah intended so that we don't have to consume poison. And let's educate while we're at it. Let's educate our own children so that, we don't have to have Satanists in a public school system teach our children it's okay to be a gay or a transformer or something, But I'm bad. I'm bad. Oh, I'm wicked. Because I want to do something, be holy. That means set apart. That means not a part of the rest of these. You see what I'm saying? That's all we talking about. Hey, because I encourage the people I love to protect themselves, because there is no protection in this country, because Officer Murtaugh will murk your ass if he gets the opportunity, but I'm a federal agent because I'm telling you to get a weapon and protect yourself. I'm evil. I'm living by the gun because I tell you to protect yourself and not call a heathen who hates you to come protect you. You see what I'm saying? That's how backwards and dysfunctional the greater part of the so-called Hebrew community is. But look, we're not here for the numbers. Spiritual combat, I'm not here for the media. I'm here to find a few good men. That's it. That's about that action. And then we're gonna make things happen. Y'all put a 100 up in here if you get where I'm coming from. I don't care if your feelings get hurt and you don't want to listen to me. I just need a couple people willing to listen. And by and large, we found them. And found a ministry full of people who get it and that are about action. Because it's beginning, and it's been made known to me, it's beginning to become evident to a lot of people that these morons out here who call themselves mores don't got the answers for y'all, man. See, it's beginning to become painfully obvious how dysfunctional so-called. That's it. They just want you to keep watching their videos, but at the end of the day, they're not really trying to a solution for your children. Yeah. Out into the rural area, so it's skipping a little bit. Yeah, these bootlicking Hebrews don't have a solution for your children to protect them, to protect their minds from the garbage out there. These cops are killing you. They're getting ready to do away with the police force. What are these people telling you to do? Just sit there and keep coming there, and we're going to just jump around up in here for 8 hours. We're going to do a 5-hour, what would you call this thing, man? Let me think of a funny. A 5-hour history and vain philosophy class on the Shabbat. And then you're going to go home and your wife is still a monster. You're still a disaster. You struggling. Your whole family is in the same spiritual predicament it was in a year ago. You're struggling with the same sin you were struggling with a year ago. You're in the same economic predicament you were in a year ago. Nothing. No regeneration. Nothing's happening. But yet you wicked if you walk around, if you leave and try to find an answer. And these people got y'all. But y'all seen Michael Israel. The people who come to the Dry Bones Rising Conference, they're going to hear my testimony of how I met Pastor Dow in August. I committed to Pastor Dow at Feast of Tabernacles right there on stage. I said, we Straitway now. I said, the Michael Israel family is Straitway now. I got right up there on the mic in front of his whole congregation and said, I'm Straitway now. Brother Cedric said I made that announcement in November. Here I am. What time is it now? Okay? And we've made huge moves. I've gotten my children out of that wicked ass school system. I got my wife off the job. I'm working on. I wish I would have. I ain't gonna say I would. I would have got a second job, but instead we're starting a business. I'm gonna get this business up and running, so that I can begin getting myself freed up economically. And guess what? In order to do that, do y'all know the amount of spiritual growth it takes to be able to make these moves? Yeah, do you know the amount of spiritual growth it takes to make some of the moves we've been making down here? It forces you to grow. When you actually do what the Bible says, it forces you to grow spiritually. That's why you look at some of these so-called Hebrew ministries out here, and dudes was struggling with whatever it is. Dude was a gayfer a year ago, he's still a gayfer. Dude was struggling with pornography addiction a year ago, he's still struggling with. Dude was struggling with pride a year ago, and I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm talking about people were struggling with the same sins a year ago. Somebody had pride a year ago, they got pride now. Somebody was arrested in their development a year ago, they arrested today. You see what I'm saying? They were struggling with this, they still struggling with it. That's why you see it, because they ain't doing nothing. They just talking and teaching and talking, and ain't doing a damn thing. Okay? That's real talk. You ain't gotta debate with me. Go look. Go look at the fruit. Go look. Go look. Go look. Look. It says you will know them by their fruits. It says, test all things and hold to that which is true. Okay? I tell you, I welcome anybody to come test me. Come hit me up. Come see my footwork. Come talk to some witnesses around me. We keep it all out there for y'all. That's just big old facts, man. It's not a game, man. We ain't out here playing around. We know what time it is. Let me get it. Anyway, y'all, I'm at my destination. So I'm getting ready to wrap this thing up. I hope this lesson, trustworthiness, hit you where it needed to. With that said, let me see how to shut this down. Okay, with that said, y'all, Michael Israel, Spiritualcombat.